Awesome. What up, everybody? Phil here. It is a few minutes before 10 a.m., but we are going to be going live, chatting with you guys on YouTube Live. Let me turn off the sound for my laptop just to making sure that this is working. So yeah, we're going to get started in a few minutes, just waiting for Diego to get on. There are a number of people who were here on the Facebook live session. So thank you for everyone who joined that and are here now. Now we can kind of do the inside scoop and talk about any of your questions that you have. So yeah, just taking a little breather. So we're just gonna wait a few minutes. So we'll get going in just a minute. I'm just gonna check my emails. Oh, there's Diego already.
Yeah.
Hey Diego, we got 13 people hanging out with us for a couple minutes while we wait for the top of the hour.
Excellent. Are we live already? Yes.
Yeah, we're live already. So yeah, cool, man. Well, actually, I want to ask the viewers. So, out of all the people who are here right now, which ones of you came straight from the Facebook Live that we just did? Our diehard fans.
Say yes, say aye, please.
Everyone who was at both gets a t-shirt. Man, so yeah, just hanging out, guys. We'll start answering your questions at the top of the hour. And
we just have a great session. If you didn't participate on the last session, we just finished an open session with everybody that is all our people from our audiences, from the Udemy students that we have. It was great questions.
Yeah.
We talk about very important points, and we can now in this session actually answer specific questions that you may have about digital marketing, how you can start, if you are starting, if you are a little more advanced, what do you do next, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking this kind of just like an office hours session. Well, that's basically what we called it, a live Q&A. But yeah, just office hours. We're actually wondering if we should be doing this throughout the month. We'll kind of see how this one goes, see if there's a lot of people that benefit from it. Our goal with this course is to make sure that you're happy, that you're getting a lot from it. I mean, obviously, well, I hope without a doubt that you're getting your $10 value from it with all the content. And if you take action, I really think you will. I mean, seriously, just with a few of the techniques, you can grow your business by $10 for sure, if not thousands of dollars. But of course, we want to make sure that this is a 5-star course for everyone. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing stuff like this. Always trying to figure out the best ways to serve people. So I see that there's Philip here, Adam, Jenian is here. Adam says it's already worth the price.
Nice. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam. And yeah, we really appreciate that. We've also gotten some great feedback for things that we should add. Like one idea that was posted in the course was a checklist after every section that goes into a little bit more depth. I know we have like the ultimate checklist at the start that kind of goes through a lot of the different things you can do, but I think it would be cool if we had checklists for every section that kind of dived in a little bit deeper for all of the things you should do. That was from Jogdev, I think, asked that or suggested that. So if you have any other ideas, please let us know. So yeah, so it's top of the hour, so we'll get started with the Q&A. If you can, all just post in the live chat on the YouTube page so that we can see it. Sorry if I'm like looking over here because that's where I have the YouTube set up over there. But yeah, let us know where you're coming from. Let us know how you're doing, and if you have any questions, just go ahead and start asking your questions.
Yes,
and we'll answer them.
And also post on the comments, guys, what is your expectation of this course? I mean, what do you want to take out of the course? If you want, for example, to create a website, maybe that's your priority, just write that down. Or if you want to grow your business even more on Facebook or any social medias, or if you want to start a new podcast and you want to dive deep on the podcast model that we have. So write that down on the comments also, so we can see where are you going, and so we can teach you and help you in the best way possible.
Yeah, totally. Exactly. I mean, that's what it's all about with these courses, is figuring out what the student expectations are, try to match them and exceed
Yeah.
them. So,
So one of the Phil, do you have something to add, or can
no, go
I?
ahead.
Okay. So we are waiting for the comments here. Sometimes takes like 15, 30 seconds in order to show
Yeah.
up delayed. So let me tell you one of the things that I really like on the course. Yeah. So one of them, for example, is Facebook for local business. So if you have a local business, let's say you have a bakery or you have a pool cleaning service here in South Florida, we have a lot of pool cleaning services. So that's why that's always on my mind, and it's expensive. So these guys have like great digital marketing strategies in order to call the attention of their customers. So for if you have a local business, for example, you can run Facebook ads of people that are around your business. So let's say you have a bakery and you just open, and nobody knows about your bakery because it's brand new. So you can create a Facebook ad that target people that are, for example, 1 mile around your business or 5 miles around your business. You can test with that and run promotions. You can say, for example, okay, if you there is a new bakery here on the neighborhood, print out this coupon and you will get 50% off on your first purchase or your first bread or whatever. So
I love that.
I love that specific model, and I have clients and friends that are applying these strategies and works very, very well. Why? Because simply the local business guys, they are not investing right now, at least here in Florida, they are not investing on digital marketing. So if you have a local business and you invest a little bit, you will almost dominate the market. Of course, you need to have a good product and all that. So
Yeah, no, I think that's great. I actually just experienced this because I don't know if they're promoting locally or to, it might just be to people who like their Facebook page, but I live near my high school and they are doing like a movie night, like food truck kind of thing coming up this weekend. And I started getting Facebook ads for it. And I was thinking, well, whether it's just to alumni like me or to just the local area, I thought that was really cool to do that. Cool. So do you cover that in the class, how to promote to local?
Yes. We have a specific model about Facebook ads for local business. So if you don't have a Facebook page or you don't have any assets on Facebook right now, we still have that on the course, like step by step, how to optimize your Facebook page or create it from scratch. And the next step will be to go to the Facebook ads for local business and apply the exact strategy I shared there. And by doing that, you will be able to reach people. I mean, let people know before. I mean, I love that field because before Facebook, man, how do you promote your bakery? You just open a bakery. How do you promote it? You go to the newspaper and you paid a lot of money to show to everybody that is not your target audience, maybe people that are not interested in your business. But right now you can pay $5, $10, $15 and reach people that are exactly the people that will buy your product. So I think that's amazing.
That's genius.
Yes.
I mean, the class has so much great stuff. I think actually there were a couple questions that people had posted to the announcements that we can get to in a minute. But what I wanted to do was just kind of I know I did this kind of in the first lesson and the first section, but kind of lay the groundwork for the course, just so people can have the most success with it. Because I know people are coming from all over the place. I'm seeing in the comments, people, are just starting out on YouTube, looking to grow. Some people, haven't even started a business yet and they're looking to grow. People are looking for Facebook stuff, content marketing stuff. So honestly, we did build this class kind of with the idea that it's going to be a bunch of mini courses in one on every topic related to digital marketing that you could imagine. So you can kind of jump around. And even still, there's some other topics that we haven't covered yet that we're getting ideas about. But the first few sections, I think, are really important if you haven't gone through it yet. And especially that second section about defining your business and your target audience. If you don't know your target audience, you don't know who to promote to. You don't know what type of content to create. You don't know how to say it when you're writing your emails. And so I think that's so important. And it's something that even I didn't do for a long time when I started my business. And even still, I'm updating it. And I think that's important too. Like as you go and you grow, like every year or twice a year, rethink your mission statement, rethink your target audience so that you're staying up to date, because you never know if your business is serving an audience that you didn't think it was serving, and maybe you need to pivot, to that audience or whatever. But what I love about this section, not to toot my own horn, but I really think it's beneficial. It's got the worksheet that you download in that lecture 5. It's got a few case studies, and it really walks through some actual activities. It's not just the lectures telling you, it's just, you won't have success if you just watch the videos. Mm-hmm. You have to actually take action, download that sheet, print it out if you can, and fill it out. Because honestly, if you do that, it's just gonna make you feel better about your own brand and your own business. And that's really what I hope you get from that section. So that section is so important. And then like the following sections, it just depends on where you're at. Like the section 3, brand identity, this is just kind of a basic overview, but also like I teach you Canva and Photoshop if you don't know how to use either of those tools to create graphics. And having like a solid brand identity is important. So picking some colors, picking fonts that you use, coming up with a logo, those are important things. Section 4 is all about websites, and it's in the beginning, it's geared towards just having a website, but then we include a ton of lessons from my course on WordPress. So I like using WordPress. I think it's the most flexible platform. It's really cheap to get started. Yes, it does cost money, but I think sometimes investing it's like $5 a month or something if you host with Bluehost. It kind of kicks you in the butt to actually get to work and do stuff. So that section is good to get started. But of course, if you already have a website, you don't necessarily need that. The email marketing section, I will be honest, it's a great section, but I think we could add a lot more to it. What I want to do is add a lot more case studies because it walks you through how to do everything. But I think throughout the next few months, what I'm going to do is add a bunch more content. Like here are actual templates for emails that you should send out. Here's a sequence template. Here's a template for your sales pitch that worked for me, and you can tailor it to your own audience. So that's one that we're going to definitely improve. I could keep going, but other than that, there's just, a lot on the content marketing side. Later on, there's all the social media, and then of course the paid ads. So there's just so much content, but, I guess
also, guys, if you are taking the course and you find that something can be improved or something is missing, or we can add some important lectures, let us know on the Q&A session. We are here. We read all the questions and we reply to all the questions. Sometimes Phil reply and I also reply. So we love you guys. So we want to create a relationship with you. We want to help you to get real results. That's the goal here. I mean, it's not just, I always say to my students, the goal of my courses are not just to create content for you to watch and learn strategies. The goal is for you to take action, because if we don't take action, and that's why what is so important what you said, Phil, about the first model. If we don't take action, we are not getting the results that we want. The results won't happen if we don't act. So this course is very hands-on. If you find something that is missing, something that can be improved in any section, let us know, and we can immediately, as soon as possible, create more content for you.
Yeah. And then the last kind of thing before we just jump into questions is, because of that, our goal is that this is a 5-star course for you, but we don't know that if you don't review. And especially because it's so important when we launch a course to get those initial reviews. And I know you guys are just kind of starting out, but if you go through some sections and you think it's a great course already, I know Udemy is going to prompt you to leave a review. But please, if you can, leave a review. And if there's anything that we need to do to make it a 5-star course for you, even if you think it's a 4.5-star course for you, just let us know. Like sometimes it's like things like, oh, like the volume is a little different between Phil and Diego, which I know it is a little bit. And that's something that, like, if I have time, I'm going to go back and re-export my videos to make sure the volume's the same. Or like there's like one video where, the lips are out of sync or something, and people like leave a 3-star review, and I'm like, just tell me that and I'll change it. So if there's anything that's like little or something like that that we can easily change, and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to give it a 4-star review instead of a 5-star review, just let us know beforehand. So anyways, we appreciate all you for being here. So we'll get to your questions for everyone live here. We'll get to the questions for people who asked them before at the end who aren't live here with us. But I guess the first kind of question I see, or maybe just looking for advice, is Jenian says, I have just started a YouTube channel and I want to see if I can do something to market it. I have a handful of subscribers and want to grow. So let's just kind of lay the groundwork, because I think that's a good sort of starting point for a lot of people, whether you're on YouTube or not. What would you do? Jenny, and if you want to post the link to your YouTube channel, that would be great too. So we can kind of see where you're at right now. Obviously you want to just keep creating great content. If you don't have money to pay for boosting your YouTube videos or doing YouTube ads, it will take a while to actually see a lot of success on YouTube. And that's just, you know, this stick with it attitude that I think Diego and I both have, is important to have, because for the content marketing side of things, for blogging and for YouTube, for podcasting, if you're just starting out, it's going to take a while, but if you stick with it, you're going to have success. And so stick with posting regularly, play around, look at your analytics to see which videos get the most interaction, which ones get the most views, make more content like that. Partner with other YouTubers to create videos. And when I say partner with other people, I mean actually do it, because we all know like this stuff is going to help, but just do it. Just reach out to people. I walk through in, let me see, in one of the lectures in the YouTube section, I actually show you how to find people who have subscribed to you, who have the most subscribers themselves. And that's a great person to reach out to and see if they want to partner, because they already have an audience of yours. I use that, and I see people have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers and they're subscribed to me, which is always amazing. And so those are the people that I reach out to and partner with. It's, I think it's in lecture 90, or it's one of those ones around 90 in the YouTube section. In terms of using YouTube ads to grow your channel, Diego, do you have advice on what the best way to do that as a completely new YouTube channel would be?
The first suggestion is, before creating ads, as Phil was saying, is to create content on your channel. Otherwise, you will create the ad, people will subscribe to your channel, they will go there, and I mean, you will have 1-2 videos maybe. So it's good to have a good number of videos initially, adding value to your audience. And also, I see a lot of entrepreneurs miss this part, guys, is the channel, what's the name? The channel landing, the channel page, where is your trailer and all that.
Channel.
We need to optimize that as if it's your website. You need to create with your brand identity. We have a complete model about brand identity. So put the great images there, create a trailer specifically for people that are on your channel. Usually people use the trailer as the last video that they uploaded. That's fine too, but it's better if you have, optimize it all the way from the top to the bottom. I mean, people get there and people say, wow, this is great, let me subscribe, you know, because if they get there and it looks like, okay, no thumbnails, no trailer, I don't know. They leave.
Totally. So that's the goal with YouTube, is to get people to subscribe to your channel. Yes. Kind of like with your website, the ultimate goal is to get people on your email list. So with YouTube, it's all about that subscription. So the reason why people subscribe is because they want more content. Mm-hmm. And so that's why you have to be consistent, and that's why you have to show you're consistent with that channel design. So, you know, for me, on my channel trailer or the channel page, the header image, it says new videos weekly. I see people, if they have a very specific schedule, they'll say new videos on Mondays and Thursdays or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that gives the person the reason to subscribe. And it's, you know, growing the subscribers is so important, because when you release a new video, those people see it when they go to YouTube, it's on their homepage, and that gives that automatic boost to the video, which helps it, you know, rank higher for people who are searching, or for on Google, or for it showing up in the suggested videos. And so that's why getting subscribers is so important.
Yeah, and about the ads that you asked me, Phil and Jenian, you need to try YouTube ads, guys, because it's easy to do. We have a model here on the course too, step by step. It's easy to do. It's not expensive, and it's a great way. I mean, just try to see how it performs for you, for your business. And the main thing is that you need to have a goal. You need to know what do you want to get with the YouTube ad. So one option is to drive people to your landing page. So they watch your video, you offer something to them. I mean, information, videos, PDF, ebook, the product that you have to offer. And they go to your landing page, you collect their name and email. They are not your subscribers yet, you know, but you have the information, which is most important, because you can email them later asking for the subscription on YouTube. That's one option. The other option is to promote other videos. So if you have a specific video that you want to promote, you can create a YouTube ad pointing to that video. So you will get a lot of views and lot of traffic on that. Or you can drive to your online store. There is no limits of the things that you can do. But the main thing here is, I mean, there is not a recipe again like Facebook, but you can try short videos. I mean, you can. Some people do like an hour video, 20-minute videos. That works too if you want to, depending on your goal, depending on your audience. In my case, for example, if I teach courses online, I can put as a YouTube ad a preview of one of my courses, for example. That's an option, an hour preview or something like that. So when they click on the link, they will be forward or to the Udemy landing page or to my landing page where I get their information. So it depends of you. And I mean, the main thing is, as Phil said, to be very consistent on YouTube, right, Phil? I mean, consistency.
Yeah. And I think I found your channel, Jenian. If it's this one, you said it's about board games. I think the last video you posted is Chopsticks, the game. I mean, board games have such a diehard group of fans that I could really imagine your channel blowing up for that base. And there's a lot of stuff that I think you can do that will be beneficial for people who are searching for how to play a certain game, strategy for a certain game. You know, I play a lot of board games, so I could imagine myself searching for, you know, tips for specific games. I think updating some of your titles will be good, because they're not that keyword friendly. I mean, it has like it might have like the board game title in it, but if I would make more videos that are like specific, like tutorials or how to play or strategy, and including those like words in the title.
And also you can use the YouTube cards, the annotations. I think, I don't know. I'm not sure if annotations are still available, Phil. But
no, they changed it to just the cards and then the end screen.
End screens, yes.
Yeah.
And there is a tool called TubeBuddy. Probably you guys know. You can search on Google TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy.com, I think is the website, and it's a great tool. Phil have the pro version, right, Phil? You can update the end screens.
Yep.
And all that.
Yep. Yeah, TubeBuddy. Actually, that's something I didn't mention in the section. I need to add a lecture about TubeBuddy, because you can bulk edit things. So say you want to add a card that promotes your latest product, you can just add it to all of your videos at one time rather than going to each video. It's an amazing tool. So Jenny, and if you have any more specific questions, we can get to that, but we'll get to another question. One was actually about the cost from Justin about this course. 25-hour course for $10 is pretty crazy on your end. Is that the current state of the market? Course is at $10. What's the reality of selling a $97 course without a huge list? It's definitely the state of the Udemy market. $10 to $15 courses. For people, I mean, obviously you bought the course on Udemy, and so you know that as instructors, we're sending out coupons all the time. Udemy is discounting all the time, and that's just where Udemy is. I think there's definitely a place for those higher price courses, $97, $1,000, but those take a lot more work and you have to be more specific to who you are promoting to with those courses. So you don't necessarily need a huge list. I think even if you have a list of 10 to 100 people, if they're diehard fans and it's very specific to that target market that you're creating a course for, I think you can create that larger course. But another thing is like the style of the course. You know, I think what we're doing today and with this course is actually worth more than $10. This is the kind of stuff that you would want to do with the $97 course. You'd want to have office hours. You'd want to make sure that there's activities, there's downloadable resources. But I think with the more expensive courses, what you're going for is you're really selling the benefit and helping the student walk through and get the benefit rather than a $10 course that is, for most people, and not what we're doing now, but is just, here's the video content, you do it yourself. And a lot of instructors on Udemy don't answer questions. They don't pay attention to the course after it's live. But Diego and I don't know, we're just crazy and we like doing that. But I think a lot of instructors see the $10 price as, well, it's just like selling an ebook. You know, they shouldn't get my time because they only spent $10 or $15. So I'm just going to give them the content and they'll deal with it themselves. But I think there's definitely a place. So if you're asking if it's possible, it's definitely possible. People are doing it all the time. But it does take a lot of work. One thing that really bothers me is when these people who sell those higher price online courses say, well, it takes just as much work to sell, you know, to 10 people, no matter what. It takes the same amount of work to sell a course to 10 people, whether it's $10 or $500. And that's just not true. And I know that because of my own experience. I used to have all of my courses on my own site priced at like the list price that it was on Udemy, like $200 or $100, and no one bought them. But as soon as I dropped the price to actually match what the value was on Udemy to like $15, people buy them organically. And I don't have to do any work for that anymore. I just have to serve them afterwards. But the actual work getting that sale is so much less than trying to sell a course for $500. So don't listen to people who say that. So yeah, that's my thoughts about that. Sorry for the rant. Okay, let's go through the next question, which was a really good one from Sonia. Any specific advice for a launch campaign for a new business versus marketing for an established business? Oh, that's a really good question. I'm going to have to, let me think about that. But Diego, do you have any initial thoughts?
So let's see, a specific launch campaign for a brand new business versus an established business. Well, if you have an established business, it's a difficult question and a great question, Sonia. Thank you for sending that. I think that the established business, you already have an audience that knows you, that knows your product, knows your service, and you have a trustful relationship with them. So that's powerful. So it's, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong. What do you think, Phil? In my opinion, the established business, for the established business, is easier to do a launch because you already have the list, which is the most important asset when you do a launch. Of course, you need to have quality content, but we assume that you already have that and that you have a great product, great services. So if you have that, you have your client base, your audience. You just email them because you are already in contact with them and offer the solution for their pain point. If you have a brand new business, you need to, it's a little bit more difficult. You need to create an audience first. So that's what I always think about. If you are starting from scratch first, before start creating products and all that, you need to know your audience. That's why it's important to get to go through the first model here on the course. And also you need to start building that audience, creating that email list. So you have somebody to sell to, you know. You can do Facebook ads, you can do any social media ads in order to build that audience. Facebook have an option which is the lead ad. So basically you create an ad where they click on the ad on the timeline and they enter their name and email in exchange for something for free. So you don't even need a landing page. You can do it straight on Facebook. That's one way to do it, to start creating this group of people that will buy your products and services.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, I know people, maybe that's not the best, not what you want to hear, that, you know, it'd be great to be able to just launch a business without an audience. And how do you do that? But there's no secret to doing that. I think it's different if it's an online business or if it's an in-person business. Obviously, like an in-person business, you know, there's a new restaurant that opened up down the street. They did a lot of great things. They came on social media, not only Facebook, but like Nextdoor, which is like social media for your neighborhood. They came on those social media platforms. They were asking people what they wanted for a restaurant. They were getting involved before they even opened. And so that was like something that they did, and they built up that buzz before they launched. And so that buzz is what you're looking for. But if it's an online business, who's going to give that buzz? It's either you, if you have that audience, or if you don't have an audience, you're going to be, you know, shouting to the world that you're starting this business, but who's actually going to be listening? And that's, you know, that's why we say you need to grow that audience first. And it's like with any product that you sell online, whether it's an online course, if you're doing a coaching program, if you're selling books, if you're selling anything, any type of service online, it's actually more important to grow the business, the audience first. And the way we do that is through giving value and through content marketing, like blog articles and YouTube videos, and being present on YouTube, on social media. You know, the thing that we always tell people is, once you figure out who your target audience is, figure out where they are online. So are they on Twitter? Are they on Instagram? Are they on specific forums? And interact with them. And, you know, I always hear that, and we always tell people to do that, but most people don't actually take action. And what they do is they create a product, and then as soon as they create that product, they go on that, I'm going to pick on Jenny, and I know you don't do this, or maybe you do this, but they go on the board game forum and they say, hey, everybody, I'm brand new here. Or you don't say you're brand new here, but you just say, hey, everyone, I have this great course on how to learn Monopoly, the best strategies for beating your sister at Monopoly. And the people on that forum, they're not going to listen to you unless you've been on that forum for months. Yes. Building your reputation and actually interacting with your audience. And I know this works. I just interviewed another person on my Online Course Masters podcast, and that was his whole strategy. He just went on forums. He teaches computer development stuff, and he was just always interacting, always helping answering questions. He never had a product to sell, but he became known in this community of developers. And so once he did have that company and he launched his business, once he said, oh, here's my product, people listened and people bought it. And so but he spent some time actually, you know, building that audience and that reputation online. So, so Sonia asks, yes, it is an online business. So I think the key is to have a long-term perspective. And once you do that, you realize that you have to grow your audience first. You're going to have a lot more success when you do have that audience anyways. You're going to have to grow an audience either now or after you launch a product. And so might as well grow your audience, build that trust first, get people who love you and are fans of you first, and then try to launch your product.
And initially, guys, looks difficult. I mean, I remember I was listening to Pat Flynn like 4 years ago, and he said, oh, you need to build the audience first, you know, and all that. In the beginning, it's difficult, but my suggestion is to keep doing it. It will work for you, you know. You need to be consistent, keep creating content, create the Facebook group, create the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, put great content there. I mean, ask people to subscribe to your channel, collect the emails from the people. I mean, if you have 100 people, you have 100 people that say, yes, I want to receive these emails, these videos from Sonia. I am ready. Give me information, Sonia. Get my email. So it's powerful. I mean, people say, oh, how do I collect like 1,000, 2,000 people on my email list? Is difficult. I mean, if you have 20 people, you already have 20 human beings that say that they want to hear about you. So that's powerful, and that needs to be an inspiration to start growing your audience. And when the same thing that YouTube and Facebook, when you and the email list, when you start growing, there is a point when the audience, and you keep creating content, there is a point where the audience grow like automatically. Let's say they start joining from different sources that you don't know, maybe from Google or something. In the beginning, it's a little bit more difficult, but we need to put the word, guys. That's the secret.
Yeah, I mean, it is the secret. And if you guys downloaded the Ultimate Guide to Content Marketing, that is in, I think, in lecture 2, the 25-page ebook that I added to the course. One whole section is this stick with it attitude, and I talk about it. It's so, I mean, it's just totally apparent, and Diego knows it. Like, I know a lot of people who just gave up, and they're wondering why, it didn't work. And it's just because they didn't give it enough time. I honestly believe, I look at everyone who I know who's successful, and most of them didn't have a lot of success in the beginning. It was just that they stuck with it. And so know that it's going to take a little bit of time. I think our marketing class, the goal is to expedite the process for you guys, learn from our mistakes, learn the best strategies. But it still isn't going to be like overnight success unless you're in this, like you go viral. But there's no secret to going viral. It's just matching, some topic that's hot with, some piece of content or product that, catches people's attention. But there's not really a secret to that. And I don't think that should be people's goals to go viral, because viralness fades too. So you might be viral today, but tomorrow you're gonna, be a nobody. And back to Diego's last point about the email list, even if you have 20 people, like I said before, I'd rather have 20 people who are specific to my target audience than 1,000 people who don't open my emails.
Exactly.
And so you can quickly grow an email list. You can do giveaways and contests where you're, giving away iPads and stuff to grow your email list, but that audience isn't going to be specific. So I don't suggest that kind of marketing myself. Let's see. We got a couple more questions that popped up. Daystar Inspections, I'm not sure what your name is, but welcome. Says, I have an email list of approximately 2,500 past clients, which is huge because this is the retention part of the marketing funnel. What is the best way to introduce them to my YouTube channel? Also, how many videos should I create and post before I announce my channel? Okay, that's a great question. And I think you're already smart to be thinking about what types of video and how many should you post before you actually launch. I think you have to think about what's going to be most beneficial to the audience. So I don't know exactly what you do, but I would create, I don't know if there's a specific number, but I'd want my channel to look like pretty healthy. Like I would say maybe like 10 videos or so, 5 to 10 videos, solid videos that answer all the questions that your clients might have, that are super beneficial to them. Put together that channel trailer, have a nice design for your channel. And when you announce it to them, which you can do just with an email or something like that, make sure that you let them know that, ask them to subscribe and let them know how often you'll be posting in the future to give them that reason to subscribe. And also talk about the benefits they're going to get from subscribing. So I don't know what your business is, but if it's like going back to our previous training earlier today, if it's dog training, talk about what they'll actually learn from subscribing and learning. So yeah, I'd post like 5 to 10 videos, and I would probably actually spread it out over like a month, so that when someone comes to your channel, they see that, oh, it's not just like 10 videos that were posted yesterday, just so it looks like you've been consistent with it for a little while.
Yeah. And also, I am not sure if you are having constant conversation, sending constant emails to this group of people. Because I know some entrepreneurs that they have a good list like you have. So 2,500, and they are not communicating with the audience. So they have the list, but they are not emailing them very frequently. So the suggestion is to keep contact with this audience. So if you are not having contact right now with this list, try to, before asking them to subscribe, maybe you need to add a little bit of value to refire that list, to say, hey guys, here we have a content for you, sorry, I was traveling, or I was away from the list, but now I will take care of you. So send a few emails to establish that relationship again. And after that, you ask for the subscription. But if you are having constant contact with these people, that's excellent. One thing that you can do is to add the link of your channel, but also you can add a small code at the end, which I can post there on the course. I know you.
Yeah, I need to add that. I didn't add it yet.
That's fine. And that code will, when they click on the link, they will go to your YouTube channel, and they will have a pop-up. Everything will be blurring, and they will have a pop-up with one button to click, which is the subscribe button.
Yeah.
So they have one option: click on subscribe, and that's a way to optimize your subscription rate too.
Yeah, it increases your subscription rate by 400% or something like that. So I'll add that to the course. See, all these ideas that we forgot about, things to add. Yeah, so this is great. I think we need to do this every week for our students to answer all your questions. There was another question. Okay, Abraham Joseph asks, not sure whether you addressed this yet, but what advice do you offer regarding prioritizing the various social media platforms and channels for different audiences? For example, B2B or B2C? Oh, that's a really good question. And I think this goes back to finding your target audience and figuring out exactly where they are, because you don't have to necessarily, there's this be everywhere approach, which shout out to Dina Eisenberg, who's listening. And she, Pat Flynn preaches this, which is good to, be everywhere. But I think it's important to set it up automatically to do that, because you can't by yourself be everywhere and provide enough value everywhere. It's just too much to be on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and everything. So some of the stuff you can outsource. Another shout out to Dina, who's an expert in that. But other stuff you can and automate. But when you're starting out, it's probably better just to focus on one or two of these platforms and to really figure out where your audience is. And that shouldn't be too hard. Just look at the different platforms. If you're wanting to start a business where you're a fashion designer, you're probably not going to want to be on LinkedIn as much as you want to be on Pinterest and Instagram. Those are visual platforms where that audience is already on there looking for that kind of content. But on the other hand, if you're teaching or if you create apps that help with Microsoft Excel or Microsoft programs, you're probably going to want to be on LinkedIn. And if you're creating video content, if you're an online teacher, you're probably going to want to be on YouTube, because that's where people are already searching for video content that helps them and teaches them. So I think it just goes back to figuring out who your target audience is and doing a little bit of research to see. I mean, it's as simple as going to these different platforms, searching for the keywords and seeing how much engagement those keywords have. See if there's people with, if there's a lot of content, if there's posts that are getting a lot of engagement, if there's Facebook groups that are super popular. And yeah, just, I don't know. I think that pretty much covers it.
And choose one or two platforms, Abraham. See where your audience is, where the majority of your audience, and which channel they are interacting with each other right now. Where do they live right now? So choose one or two channels and just attack these channels with content every single day or every week, depending of your schedule. And you will start building that audience. When you have that ready, as Phil said, you can go to a third platform. So let's say, okay, let's try Instagram now. Let's try Periscope Live, see if I find audience there. When you already dominate the two that you already have. Okay, so that's excellent.
Yeah. I love this question. We're going to be going for another 20 minutes or so. We'll do this for like a full hour. I think we'll get to all the questions by the end of that time. Question from Adrian asks, what has been each of your individual struggles with digital marketing in the past? Man, we should have like started the course like that or done that in the promo video. Like, this is what I struggled with. I think that would be, grab
That's
people's
a great idea,
attention.
yeah. But there are a lot of struggles, so I don't know where to start, man.
Yeah. I know one for me has, and why I'm so passionate about finding your target audience is this idea of, figuring out who my target audience is. And I still, to be honest, I still struggle with it, especially on different platforms, because I started my business, or my current video school online business, teaching how to make videos. That's why I called it Video School Online. But then it expanded to photography, which is somewhat related. And there's a lot of people who want to learn both. But ever since I started this business, I've always been interested in personal finance and business stuff too. I started teaching more about business and websites and marketing. And so how do I cater to all of those audiences the right way? That's been a big struggle of mine. But I think going through the exercise of who is my target audience, what's my mission, how to, that has really helped me. And I'm doing that recently. I've done that again, specifically with my YouTube channel. And I talk about this in the course, but using the analytics, which we show you in the class how to do, like, I saw that my most popular videos are always the ones about personal finance. And these are videos that I just make for fun, literally just for fun. They just like, it's not related to anything else I do really, but I just love this idea of personal finance, and I make videos about it. And those, I think I should check. I think one of my videos will or has recently passed 1 million views.
Wow.
And all my other videos are like, like some of my good ones are around, 100,000, a few 100,000. So I have this dilemma. Is like, okay, do I keep creating personal finance videos and make that what this channel is about, or not? And I think the struggle is like deciding that. And if I wanted to grow my channel faster, I would just stick to personal finance videos. But that's ultimately not who I want to have as my main target audience. If I want to do that, I might create another channel someday. 988,000 views.
Oh man.
Almost.
Let's post the link here. Let's help you with the views.
Yeah. This is an old video, and I love it because it's one of those videos that got a lot of contention. 10 ways to earn passive income that I'm doing right now. And yeah, there's a lot of people who love it, a lot of people who hate it. I'll post it right here. So
yeah, I agree with you. For me, it was the same, exactly to find the perfect target audience, and because when we start the online business or any business, usually people have the tendency to start just creating products, and on our case, to create courses, create content, and just put it on Udemy and see how it sells, without knowing your target audience and who you are helping with your content. And as Phil said, when you know that, you know how to write your emails, you know how to write your promo videos, the script for your content, your blog posts, everything, because you know exactly the pain points that they are having, and you are you are talking about the pain points and how they can solve that. So that's important. And also for me, another struggle was because I started with several business. I had a course about the Camino de Santiago, which is a pilgrimage on Spain that people do for 30 days. They walk the whole Spanish territory from France to the Atlantic. And I have a course teaching people how to prepare for that, and it was in Portuguese. So I was creating a complete target, a complete audience, people that love the Camino de Santiago in Portuguese. And also I was building my Udemy audience, that entrepreneurs like you that are looking for ways to grow their business, digital marketing, and all that. So I was struggling at the beginning to find which audience I need to serve first. You know? Yeah. Similar to your case, Charles, with the video, people that want personal finance, and you choose what you like more.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot. You realize that you know, you might be better at teaching something or doing something, and you have to pivot. And sometimes you don't pivot because you don't want to go that way, but being open to pivoting is I think good. I think for me, a big struggle has always been like social media in general. I think I don't enjoy it that much being on social media, even though I get addicted and trapped, you know, looking at social media all the time. But you know, trying different things like Twitter and trying to figure that out has been a struggle too. So I think what's been best to solve that issue, to solve really every issue that I've had, is just coming up with more like systems that help me. And that's what I'm currently even trying to do better, is like a system for creating blog articles. You know, so all I have to do is think about the topic, and then I have a format and I just write. Or like a system for creating YouTube videos. So I already have the YouTube thumbnail designs. I'm not always coming up with something new. It's all sort of like I have templates and just creating systems for email newsletters. Those are things that I'm currently working on myself. So we had a great question from Christine Thompson that just popped up. She says, regarding analytics, any advice on how to manage your emotions and expectations as you're growing so you take it all in stride and keep going? Don't look at analytics. No, just kidding. We talk a lot about analytics in this class. I think for, you know, most of the sections, we go over like analytics of your website. And oh, that's another section we're going to be adding, Google Analytics. Analytics of YouTube, your social media posts, your ads. I think in terms of like reviews, which is the hardest, and comments that you get on YouTube, just know that there's going to be people who are grumpy out in the world, who are going to leave you bad comments, bad reviews. And honestly, I just learned to not respond and to try not to care about those. I think that's honestly the best advice. I think so on Udemy, we get a lot of bad reviews in our classes because I know that I can't please everyone. Some people like really short 5-minute lessons. Some people like 15-minute long lessons. And so in the same class, people will complain about certain different things. But, you know, it's good to like respond. I don't know. That's a hard question. Right now, I actually have a TA who goes through my reviews, and he'll kind of put an aggregate list of all like the best suggestions together for me. So it's kind of this barrier between me and the reviews. But when I started, I was reading my reviews, and I knew that, like, you know, I learned from some of the things that were legitimate, but then if it's hard to tell sometimes when people are just like grumpy and trolling. But I do try to take things with a grain of salt.
Yeah, it also for me helps, Christine, to focus on the value that you are adding to your audience. So if I have, let's say on Udemy, for example, I have the 5 stars up to 1-star reviews. The 1-star reviews, I honestly don't read it anymore, because every time I keep reading my 1-star reviews and try to help people, on my audience at least, I see that these people are not people that actually need help from me. They are not in my target audience. They are in my course. I don't know why. Maybe it's not the right course for them. So if somebody will give you a suggestion to grow your business, to improve your products, your services, your course, they will give you a 3-star reviews, maybe a 2-star reviews, you know, if it's a valid suggestion. Also, I think, I mean, it's easy when you start reading the 1-star reviews. It's easy to get down, or the negative comment on YouTube, for example. You get sad and all that. So my main suggestion, what worked for me, is I try to focus on all the people that I am reaching. So I have maybe 1-2 1-star reviews, 1-2 negative comment on YouTube channel, and I have like 500 5-star, 500 people that say, yes, I like this. Thank you for all the value that you are bringing to me, to my life. And so I try to look at that, and not at the 2 or 3 or 5 people that are not liking my content. Of course, I try to make the best content possible, in the most honest way, so I don't get a lot of negative reviews. But basically, my suggestion is to just focus on what you are adding. Where are you going with your business so you can keep growing, you know? See where are you going, where do you want to reach, how many people you want to reach with your business, with your message, with what you have to deliver. And just focus on that and just keep working, you know? It's amazing. That's online. People complain, a lot of haters around there, but that's normal. That's how online digital marketing works, you know. It's part.
Yeah, and I think for me, something that I don't think works for everyone, and some people I think will disagree with this philosophy, but I always have high goals but low expectations, and that's for comments too, and for growth of everything I do. You know, I set my sights high, and I have these big goals of doing things, but there's also a part of me that has low expectations. So when you know, a YouTube video doesn't do as well as I thought it would, I'm not, you know, bummed all the time. So I think maybe it's more of just like a realistic look at things, because I know that, you know, people are going to like things, people aren't going to like things. But like I said about that video that's gotten the most views, the one on passive income, sometimes bad comments are a good thing, because there's, you know, you don't want all bad comments, but there's some people who are just, you know, haters, trolls, and they're going to comment, and that's going to spark a dialogue between the YouTube, other people in the YouTube community. And that can sometimes be very beneficial, having that sort of dialogue just to grow, you know, to get more views and get engagement in your videos. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. So hopefully that kind of answered your question. We had another good question that was on the Udemy page. Suresh, sorry, I didn't know you were here. So we'll get to your question right now. And thanks for posting it on the course. Asked, they have a Teachable site, which is their main website right now. Do we recommend that they keep the site as a WordPress theme and send new subscribers to Teachable, or to keep Teachable as their main site with the blog content and other content on Teachable? So basically, should their Teachable site be their main website, or should they have a separate WordPress site and send people to Teachable for the courses? Diego, you have initial thoughts?
Yes, I mean, it's not maybe the only way to do it, but I will prefer to have my website separate, so I can customize it as I want. I can add landing pages, I can add pop-ups with asking for name and email, and I mean, basically the design, your identity, you can customize it in a better way if you have your own WordPress website. I am saying that without having a lot of experience on Teachable, because I don't know if you can how well you can customize on Teachable. But if you want to save money and you don't have too much content, I think you can use Teachable. I don't know. Do you have a blog there, Phil? Right?
Yeah. So I might be able to answer this better, because I actually do both. Because I have two brands now, which was part of my identity crisis of finding my target audience. One brand is for online teachers. One is for everyone else, video creators, photographers, businesses. And for the online course masters audience, I have my site, onlinecoursemasters.com, and that's a Teachable website. And I have a blog on there as well. I will say that it's very limited to what you can do. And so for Video School Online, I use a WordPress theme, and I host it with my courses on my own site with Teachable too. But I direct people from my WordPress site to the Teachable site for the courses. And like you said, there's just a lot more customization that you can do, and it's so much cheaper to do with WordPress. With Teachable, I'm looking at the plans right now. It's, you know, if you want, I don't even know if you get a blog, but if you want like all the customization you can get, it's $99 a month on Teachable.
Ooh.
And so that's just, if you don't have a big audience and you're just starting to grow, that's really expensive to pay monthly. And so say one day you're not selling courses and you want to, pivot and you want to stop selling courses, or maybe you realize you just want to sell courses on Udemy now or another platform. What happens when you've built your entire audience on Teachable and you don't have your own website? You're going to have to, you're going to lose a lot of SEO if you cancel, you shut down your website and restart it somewhere else. So I would suggest having your own WordPress website and then sending people to Teachable just for your courses. I also look at people like who really know what they're doing, like Pat Flynn, and have done this for longer than even us. He has his Smart Passive Income, which is his own website, but then his courses are on Teachable, and it goes to courses.smartpassiveincome.com. And that's what I do for Video School Online. And I say all of this though with the last message, which I remember Seth Godin came to Udemy Live last year, and he talked a lot about stop worrying about where you are and what platform you have, because the goal is just to grow your audience and to grow your fan base of people who like, know, and trust you. And they're going to follow you, whether you're on Udemy, you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, you're on your own website, you're on Teachable. Ultimately, if you're serving your audience and you're building an audience of people that just are absolute fans of yours, they're going to follow you, even if you shut down your Teachable site and you tell them, you're moving. But at that same time, it's important to grow that email list so you can tell them about that. And so I think it's easier to do that on your own website. Yeah.
That was a great answer, Phil.
Bam, mic drop. I think there's one more question and we're at the top of the hour. So if you have any other questions, pop them in. But there's another question from the announcements page from Jim Blois. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. Jim sounds like he's starting out. He's 61 years old. He's brand new to social media. He's starting has an Amazon FBA business. He's trying to figure out how to capture email addresses to build a list and do a bunch of things he doesn't know anything else about. And I think that's where we're probably going to get a number of students who are like that, who maybe they haven't even started a business, or they're just starting out and they're like, how the heck do I even start? And so I guess I'll answer that question really quickly with kind of like a basic how-to step-by-step guide. I think first, download the Ultimate Guide to Content Marketing in Lecture 2, because that's like a good basis to start. But I think you have to think about the marketing funnel. You have to think about how people can become aware of you. And that's by putting out great content. So you decide what type of content are you going to put out? Videos, a podcast, a blog article. You don't have to do all three of them. I would just say, or all types of content. Just when you're starting out, pick one of them, do it amazingly, answer all of the best questions that your audience has with that content. So just create great content. And that's going to be posted on whatever channel you decide to create that content with. So YouTube or your website as a blog article. And so you need that content that's serving your audience. And then ultimately from there, you just need an opt-in form where people can sign up for your email list. And it's good to have an incentive to sign up for your email list. So that means a lead magnet. And so you need to create a piece of content that's a little bit better than the content that you're already creating that incentivizes people to sign up for your email list. And that can be done with a tool like, or you can deliver that to your audience with a tool like MailChimp or ConvertKit, really any email marketing tool out there. And that's basically how you start growing your email list. And then you use the tools like social media and paid marketing to pull those levers and to, announce, get more people aware of you. But it's really about just figuring out where you're going to create content, how you're going to create content, and then making sure people have that ability to sign up for your email list. And we cover all this in the class. So,
yes,
that's a big question to ask. And that's why this class is there for you, because we have sections on all of that kind of stuff. I don't know, Diego, any other kind of basic advice for that kind of thing?
No, you cover all of them. Yes, create your website, start creating content, great content, and start collecting the emails. Basically, what Phil said. And guys, we have a lot of content on the course. So don't. I mean, some people are overwhelmed. I receive emails saying, "Hey, where should I start? Like 25 hours." So you can take the course in order, or you can jump to any specific models. Let's say we cover like all the social media platforms that you can use today. You don't need to start with all of them. You can choose one, and let's say you choose YouTube. So I will learn all about YouTube. So you go to the YouTube model, take the lectures, apply specifically. Very important is to apply what you learn. Don't just watch, because most people just watch and never apply. And I was one of them, honestly. I spent most of my life just learning stuff without taking action. That's why I invite and I tell my students to take action all the time. So watch that, take action, and after that you can go to the next model. Let's say, okay, let's build my website first. That's my first step. Okay, let's go to the website model, step by step, applying every single strategy, and step by step we are going to build your digital marketing, your complete digital marketing strategy. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I know it is overwhelming, but let us know if you have any questions about how to get started, and maybe we can look at your situation specifically and tell you which sections you should focus on. Just to wrap up answering the questions, Adam Pemberton asked if employers will value the certificates that we receive from Udemy. I think it depends on the employer, and as Udemy grows and becomes a more reputable or just known business, people might be able to, I think companies will start to recognize those certificates, especially if you can show them that, hey, not only do I have the certificate, but this is what I did with it. So if you're able to show them the website you built, the YouTube channel that you're growing, and so the certificate itself is great, and that might help you. But I think the proof of what you're actually learning is even better. So yeah, but we hope the certificate helps. I know that from other classes of mine, I've had students who've come up to me and said, hey, I got a job because the skills I learned in your class. So
that's great.
That's like always the best feeling. And that's, our goal is just to help you out. So we're going to definitely think about doing more office hours over the next few weeks. If you thought this was beneficial, please send us a message, post in the Q&A section of the course, and let us know if you thought it was helpful, or comment below. And if you can, please, if you thought this was valuable, 5-star worth valuable, leave a review for the course. It's super helpful for us to get those reviews early on. And, just because we're transparent with everything, these reviews help the course rank higher. And just like anything, Facebook likes or YouTube video likes, those are things that increase the ranking of a course or of a piece of content. And so the reviews on Udemy help us rank this course higher. There's a couple big digital marketing courses that we're competing with. We hope ours is better. And ultimately, we want to, take over that #1 spot.
Yeah.
And we can only do it with great reviews from students who actually like the course. And like we said, if there's something that you don't like about the course, or if there's something we're missing that's makes it a not 5-star course, just let us know. And we're gonna do everything we can to make sure it's a 5-star course for you.
Wonderful. We would love to see your reviews, guys. Please, let's do it. The course, we need your help in order to reach more people, and your review helps the course to grow, as Phil said, and we can reach more people and help them to grow their business and change their life with digital marketing, which is what we believe. So Please review.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, for showing up. Everyone who was here. We had Mike, Adam, Jenny was here, Dina, Suresh, Christine, Abraham, everyone else who was watching. Adrian was here. Sonia, thanks for all your questions. Android Dev Hacks was here. Milind was here. David, Philip was here. So thank you, everyone, and to everyone who I didn't get. OXOX, TW Clark. Everyone, thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to serving you with the class and in the future. So, Diego,
thank you, guys.
Great job hanging out today, and everyone else, we'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye.
Bye-bye.